Squad, back on another video. I'm Recklezz.
I'm Chris.
So we got Trump's attorney. Pretty sure it's pronounced Alina.
Yeah, I would say I really don't know.
But you already know. Make sure you hit the like with the subscribe button. Let's see what they're talking about. More on this whole situation with the indictment.
When you look at what's happening, this is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America. This is the persecution of the person that's leading by very, very substantial numbers in the Republican primary and leading Biden by a lot. So if you can't beat him, you persecute him or you prosecute him. We can't let this happen in America.
And
that's all said and done. It ain't really much to say after that.
Yeah.
Former President Trump following his not guilty plea in Special Counsel Jack Smith's 2020 election investigation. The 45th President of the United States is now facing a total of 78 criminal charges in 3 separate cases. 34 of those criminal counts are by Manhattan Democrat District Attorney Alvin Bragg, while the other 44 are from Biden's Department of Justice. President Trump is also facing a possible 4th indictment to come in Georgia. The Fulton County Democrat District Attorney is investigating Trump for his alleged attempt to interfere in the 2020 election. A grand jury is expected to decide in the next couple of weeks whether or not Trump will face criminal charges there in Georgia. Fulton County Sheriff.
So they trying everything in their power to knock this man down from
all that stuff, literally.
That is
Pat Labonte
crazy.
says if Trump is indicted, he will be treated like anyone else accused of a crime, including getting fingerprinted and a mugshot. Joining me now on all of this is President Trump's attorney, Alina Habba. Alina, thanks very much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me, Maria.
So first off, are you expecting an indictment in the coming 2 or 3 weeks from Georgia?
Yes, I think that it's been highly spoken about. I think if you look at the barricades, the fact that she's got her PR team doing fresh pictures for her, it's a good indicator that Fannie wants her moment, and she will get on the bandwagon with the rest of the corrupt DAs and AGs that we've seen out of this country.
What is President Trump's response to all of this?
I think what he said outside the last January 6th arraignment was perfect. It says it all. This is not America. This is not how you fight your political opponents because you can't win on issues and you can't win on policies. Your borders are going to hell. We have drugs and pandemic. I mean, it's a mess. Our country is a mess. So what do? They arrest Trump over and over again to distract you from the corruption that's happening inside the Biden administration.
And that's what I don't like is the fact that they have all of this is going on, and people are not seeing that this is literally like what's going on. Like it's
like I don't know. It's like a cycle.
It's messing me up because they're trying to do them like this
again and again and again.
Like, why wouldn't you want somebody that can help the United States? Like, we have Joe Biden in office right now. Joe Biden in office right now.
And I can't even name what he's did.
How old is Joe Biden? 80 years old. And not thinking well right now.
Over and over again to distract you from the corruption that's happening inside the Biden administration and the policies that they can't win on. I think that is what this is. If anything, it's an indicator of how strong Trump just is, right? And the polls, of course, speak to it. But when they come at you in such an unwavering way, in such an un-American way, an unprecedented way, you know that they're afraid. And I think that you know him personally, Maria. He's a strong person. He's also very much in love with this country, and they're not going to stop him.
Alina, let me get your take on the money being spent here on legal fees. Did you hear what Congressman Byron Donalds just said? He said that he believes the strategy of the Department of Justice is to bleed Trump dry, to bring so much legal issue and problems to Trump that he has to spend all of this money on legal fees. You are the general counsel of his super PAC. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that the political committee has spent more than $40 million this year on legal fees as he and a constellation of advisors have been swept into these various investigations. How much has it been, and how are you directing the money in terms of paying for legal fees?
tens and tens of millions of dollars, and I do think that that is part of the strategy. It is incredible. They have brought in people like myself who have nothing to do with these cases. I was not part of the administration, just so that lawyers have to get lawyers, and these lawyers cost money. And when you take a broad net and you try and intimidate anybody who is part of his circle,
that is crazy.
I couldn't even say inner circle, Maria. It's gone further than that. You know, the valet at Mar-a-Lago, the chefs, the whatever. It's crazy, and it is on purpose. Nothing they do is not intentional. It's calculated, and it is to make him bleed. The problem is that President Trump is independently wealthy as well, and they forget that. And he has said at rallies, I will do whatever it takes. If it means I have to spend my own money, I will. He is very protective and kind and generous, and at the end of the day, they're going to try and...
But my thing is, I feel like, remember the Oprah, when years ago, when Donald Trump had that... President Donald Trump had that, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I don't even be saying President Joe. I'll be saying Joe Biden. I think Joe Biden is just like that.
No, he just getting
that uncle that you know how you had that uncle that's like, he say something, you like, oh, okay. All right then, or like the uncle that just like, just right there.
Yeah, just there. Yeah.
And it's like, what's wrong with Unc? What's going on with Unc right now?
Yeah.
What he over there doing, y'all? One of those.
Yeah.
So that's how Joe Biden is for me. Anyways, he just made me forget what I was thinking. See, that's a Joe Biden effect. That's a Joe Biden effect. When you talk about Joe Biden, you forget what you even talking about. I was literally thinking something or what I had to say, and I forgot.
And take him down financially, and that's just frankly not a good angle. I don't know if they've seen.
That's what I was saying. Anyway, Oprah, the interview with Oprah.
Oh yeah.
Years and years ago, he said that he basically saying that he wasn't gonna run for president. She asked me, "You feel me? You gonna run?" But if I did, I'm gonna win. He did that, and then when they start messing with President Trump and they start doing all of that, and I feel like. Now he on it. Okay, if I gotta spend my own money, I'm gonna win this.
Because he's sticking to his word.
Facts.
You know, his wealth, but it's probably not the best angle to go at.
Alina, let me ask you this, because typically when you have a case as complicated as the one we're talking about, there is deposition, there is discovery, a whole discovery process where Trump's lawyers will have to get access to the other side's information and vice versa. How long do you expect that process to take? Because Jack Smith says he wants a speedy trial. We are about a year away from an election. Obviously, we're just 2 weeks away from the first GOP primary debate, 2 months away from the Iowa caucuses. Are you expecting to have a trial before election 2024?
I think that that's their goal. I think that realistically, you have to remember that a lot of these cases deal with classified documents and classified records, which mean that all the lawyers now have to apply for special clearance, right? So it's not a normal situation. You can't just take a classified document and review it. You have to have SCIFs. You have to have certain procedures put in place. So while I appreciate Jack Smith trying to bleed us all dry and trying to have a speedy trial, perhaps he should have taken a case that didn't involve classified documents that he now possesses that we have to now repossess and review for discovery. It's a poorly planned attack, frankly, because that's what it is. It's political lawfare. And he didn't think it through. So I think these are going to take a lot longer. I think that once the judges get a breath for how many years they've had this discovery, look at Fannie, 2 years. But she's bringing this case now. Why? Because of election interference. They want to keep him tied up in trials, keep his lawyers tied up so that we're distracted and not focused. It's not going to work. He is a machine, and he knows what he's doing in a campaign. You know, he's done this rodeo before.
All right.
And I feel like when you have a strong team like that, they're gonna back you up.
So like, yeah, regardless, like he has a strong.
It's who you got. So. Yeah, it's definitely who you got to to back you up.
Obviously, he has good people. So.
Facts. Facts. We didn't react to a lot of these videos, and we always see somebody fumble over their words. They fumbling. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, nah. You got a what's her name? Alina.
Yeah, you know it.
You got her, and she's straight shooter.
Just like last time, she was like, "I'll take questions now."
Oh yeah, facts.
They're not doing that.
My mama, for real. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe. Definitely appreciate y'all tuning in, watching this reaction. Comment down below y'all thoughts. Trump,
Please.
2024.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
Catch y'all next one.